have just entered the building with your boys, King and Sane. Welcome to Shop Talkin' Random-ish, where conversation rules the nation and no topic is off limits.
You know, this ain't nothing but healthy conversation.
Now welcome your hosts, Rick King and Will Sane.
Greetings, Atlanta, America, worldwide, internet. Thank you for tuning in to WWWE 1100 AM The Real. You're on Shop Talking Random-ish with King and Sane and the lovely Starlight. I am Will Sane.
It's your boy Rick King. I am in the building. I am on the boards. I am behind the glass. I am. I shall be. I am.
The lovely Starlight is in the building.
Hey, everybody.
The super duper producer Greg is in the building. Greg, say what up.
Big Shug.
Yo.
Y'all know what this is. This ain't never some good old-fashioned barbershop style conversation in this barbershop. No conversation is taboo. We don't have but one rule, and one rule only. Will Sane. What is that rule?
That rule is say what you mean what you say. Just don't be mean when you say it. Lovely Starlight, please tell the people what to do if they want to be a part of the show.
If you would like to call in and you are local, the number is 404-603-8770. Or
If you're in your mammy baby, please let her know it's not a freaky deaky number. But lately it's been freaky deaky. It might not get freaky deaky tonight, but we might touch some freaky deaky subjects. But let her know it's not one of them 99999999999999999. Please let mama know it's not one of them type of numbers. But you can and will call in and we will pay for it. The number is 1-888-926-7562. Right now you can let mama know you can catch us on YouTube Live, Facebook Live. That's TALK. What you doing, Will? I seen you count had your little fingers up like you thought I was going to not spell it.
No, I'm trying to share.
Oh, okay.
I can't figure out how to share.
That's TALK, comma up top.
apostrophe,
And TALK, comma up top.
apostrophe.
And that's Talking Random-ish. That's YouTube Live, Facebook Live. You can also catch us in the Apple Podcast. You can also catch us on Google Play Podcast. You can also catch us on Audible Podcast. You can also catch us on Spotify Podcast. And you can also find us on SoundCloud. That's what? Yes, sir. Right there. That's where you can find us at. Right there. And it's another one too, but I think I forgot. But that's all of them. Yeah, that's it. Right there. And all them other ones that you can find us on. Find us. Y'all know what time it is. The shop is now open. People, black people, my brothers, sister. What is good with you? Hey man, could you put? I need you to put your mic to your face.
Try, man.
Put your mic to the face.
I'm good. All right, I'm good. I'm woke. All right, how's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, yeah.
We're good.
The problem ain't us. The problem look like it's you.
I know. Let's talk about the good people we got in the house.
He's having a hard time with technology.
Let's talk about the good
real
people.
old right now.
Let's talk about the good people we have in the house tonight.
We got family in the building.
Yeah,
Tell
yeah.
everybody who you are.
I am Dr. Joseph Fowler Jr.
And I'm Dr. Brandon K. Williams, and we are aligned for life.
Get your spine right. Isn't that what y'all guys do?
If you want to be fine, take care of your spine.
It's summertime, people. Nobody want to see you crouched out while you walking down the beach. Crouched over.
So how you good brothers been doing? What has the beginning of this summer been like for y'all? The spring, the new spring, because last year we didn't have a spring.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we was
got
indoors.
sprung on last year.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. So what has this been like for y'all? Has it been extra busy? Folk trying to get extra right?
Yeah, well,
We've been pretty steady.
Yeah,
Pretty steady. You know, it's allergy season, so
Yes.
We're dealing with a lot of allergies with our patients, and
Bam, we got a subject right there.
sure.
That's what.
Yeah.
That's probably the B subject. Yeah.
on the B
I
side.
think you just did a segue.
That should be the A side.
I think you just figured out what we were gonna talk about.
You don't need Claritin. You need a line for life.
No more drip.
So please enlighten us on this. How can you guys assist me with this pollen?
No, Don't answer that question.
Don't answer that question.
No, not yet. I want to get into that after the 9 o'clock hour.
Okay.
What I want y'all to do for me right now is define in your own terms holistic medicine holistic treatment holistic care. Yeah, you see what I'm getting at?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why I'm asking y'all to do that.
Okay.
Because I know somebody that did not think y'all was part of the
Hey,
whole...
hold on, bro.
What
I know you diving me out on the slide.
What you talking about,
You
Will?
diving me out on the slide.
What you talking about, man?
I'm just going to call myself out there before you say my name.
I mean, I was talking to my
But I
brother.
know you were going to say my name, though. So
But apparently, a hit dog will holler.
But
I was
since
just
you
about to
said
say,
it,
it sounds like a hit.
sometimes you got
Will
to jump to
holler.
it before they put you out there, though. They'll put you out there wrong.
So you just gonna drive the own bus that you run over?
I'm going to drive a whole bus now.
Good job.
Well, look
The
at that.
bus won't hit you as hard if you jump out in front of it as you when you were the driver. It won't hit you as hard.
Well, look at that. That definitely sounds like somebody got hit, and we do take care of accidents too. We take care of accidents too.
So Rick, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, you low.
Turn
you low.
your mic on.
Dr. Fowler,
Yes, sir.
please introduce our extra special guest. He just joined us in the barbershop. Please introduce him for us.
Okay. So yeah. So we are privileged. Let me back up a little bit. So Dr. Williams and I, we are a part of a collaborative that came together. Initially it was 15 black-owned businesses. Now it's 21 black-owned businesses that have come together and put together an entire holistic health complex. Of course, we are the chiropractors. We have many different amenities such as sauna, Himalayan salt room, yoni steam, Reiki practitioners, acupuncturists. Well, right now, along with us being on this show, we have a brilliant brother. He is a master of a lot of things. Brother Baba Bay, he's a master yoga. And I'm going to step back. I don't know if he can kind of enlighten us on what he does. I'm going to leave it right there.
Is brother Bob? Is he on?
Wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful. Thank you. You know, it takes one to know one. So I feel honored to be among such enlightened folks. But yes, Dr. Fowler, Dr. Williams, phenomenal human beings. You know, we all are cosmic dust in the universe. And we, at this point, going through our transformation and evolution and what have you, we find ourselves here on the planet Earth, perfecting ourselves to become, what can I say, God having a human experience. So at this point in my life, I'm a yoga instructor. Among other things, but before I get into other things, let me kind of give a definition of yoga. Yoga is body, mind, and spirit. It is the yoking. It is the blending. It is to, I guess, maybe like making an omelet. And the Creator gave us this science, this idea, because the Creator knew that we had to get through this thing called life, and it was going to be pretty rough for all of us, whether you were born with a silver spoon or whether you were born with a greasy bone. It's going to be rough. And the yoga tends to, body, mind, and spirit, make it easier. Now, I do all of this from an Afrocentric point of view. Most people who know about yoga know of it through the Hindus, through people of India, or maybe the Chinese, or maybe even the Japanese. America didn't take yoga seriously until around the 1960s. So it went through all of those years, 1,000+ years, and yoga was not a part of its fabric. But the hippies and the yippies, the rich children or the rich kids of the Rockefellers and of the Clinton Steele and Andrew Young and Baskin Robbins and people of that nature, those children, they started experimenting with LSD and psychedelics and things of that nature, and it led them to the yoga. I got involved in yoga in the early 60s, late 50s. So being an Afrocentric, at that time the word Afrocentric didn't even exist. Being a black man, even black was a negative word. Being colored, being Negro, was more of the term that was used then. I got involved at an early age. I was about, at that time, I was about 18 years old. And I got involved because I had a lot of problems. And I couldn't solve the problems through my family because I only had a mom, and she did the best she could, putting groceries on the table and working 2 jobs, working at night and then going, doing day work for the Jewish people. This is in Harlem, New York now. So I had some issues. I had some big issues. And I was a child that really wanted a dad and needed a dad. And I went to the street in order to try to solve that. Of course, the story, that was not good. So if you saw the movie Harlem Nights, I was that little kid that Eddie Murphy was playing.
In the pool hall.
Yeah.
You went quick, was
I
it?
didn't shoot nobody because of they snag a tooth and all of that.
He said he had bad little kids.
Yeah. So,
said he had a problem with them kids.
But every sense of the word, I came out of that situation. And I go through this little background, this story, to give you some flavor of just what kind of person I am. So that took a great toil on my life. And I stayed in that particular world. I was about 9 years old, and I got out of that world around 18, 19 years old. And I joined the Nation of Islam because I had some issues. Alcohol, marijuana, you know the deal. Mm-hmm. So I had to straighten out myself. And the people who were going to rehabilitation, using morphine and going to, in New York, they called the place Kentucky and Lexington to clean themselves out, to detox. They came back with a morphine substitute for heroin. They had the morphine. So I said, I can't take one over the other. So the Nation of Islam, Malcolm X, with his charismatic self, caught my attention. And I got involved in that. Religion was always a part of me because Mama didn't have no money, so religion was her salvation. So she would take me to this church, that church, and of course, in Harlem, New York, Adam Clayton Powell was the Abyssinia Baptist minister, a very charismatic person, as well, but he went one way and Malcolm went the other way. So I decided between those two, I would go in the direction of Malcolm X. Of course, the Nation of Islam had its beef and riff, and they assassinated Malcolm at the Audubon Ballroom. And I was like, oh, my God, what am I to do now? You know, I don't want to go back into the street. I don't want to go back into the drugs and the marijuana. What am I to do? And that's where yoga came in. And I started doing the yoga as a refuge, as a place to hide, as a place to escape. And I realized that it was a blessing in disguise. So fast forwarding and moving a number of years up along my path, I found Tai Chi, which was Chinese movement, very slow, very methodical, and it would help to relieve a number of things, primarily the arthritis, the rheumatism, the gout. And my family had my mom's, that is, because I didn't know my dad, and my mom had severe arthritis. So I'm sure that I also had that. That was probably one of the reasons I went into the street substance to eliminate pain. And the Tai Chi, the Qigong, well, I didn't get to the Qigong yet. The Tai Chi and the yoga was my medicine. Long story short, I'll come into the Qigong and then I'll stop and let you ask me any questions if you have some. Then along the way, I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm following jazz, John Coltrane, Art Blakeslee, because New York was full of that. And of course, to enlighten my life, I was actually born behind the Apollo Theater. So even if I didn't want to listen to the music was there because that's what they did 1, 2, 3 o'clock early in the morning, you know, smoking weed, talking trash, rehearsing, and what have you. So as a kid, I found all of this extremely exciting. And I used that to help myself, the music, the Tai Chi, the Qigong, to help me to solve problems. That was the reason, my motivation. And of course, Harlem being very black, I got involved with my Afrocentricness. Marcus Garvey, Noble Drew Ali, Al Sharpton used to talk on the platform, climb the ladder and talk on the box. All of these things, as a young man, I was a part of this fabric. And the Tai Chi, the Qigong, eventually led me to, well, I said the Qigong. The Qigong is energy work. Energy is Gong and Qi. Let me get it together. Qigong. Energy is Qi and Gong is work. Energy is Qi and Gong is work. So it's working the energy. So I had to learn all of this and transform it into English and transform it into Ebonics, because the slang and the language of the ghetto was more Ebonics than anything else. So I had to learn how to, out of my South Carolina, what you call it, Geechee Gullah, you know, in Harlem, New York, I had to learn how to unravel the Chinese, the Japanese, the Hindu, because I was raised too well to be anything but a black man.
Yeah.
Amen.
Anything but a black man. And I prefaces all of that by putting God, spirituality, in front of all of that. Mm-hmm. That was my saving grace. I'll stop right there.
Okay. Mr. Bay.
Yes, sir.
Before you got on, I had asked the other two, Dr. Williams and Dr. Fowler, what is their definition of holistic treatment, holistic medicine, holistic, what was the other one? Care. Could you start with your answer, and then I'm going to ask the other two doctors in the house, and then we're going to go to break, and then we're going to come in, and we're going to get back. And if all else fails, we're going to talk to you, Mr. Bay.
Well, let me give you my definition of holistic medicine. As you know, holistic was relatively new to the arena. Some people spell it with a W, some people spell it with an H. The H includes, from a European perspective, the spiritual, which the European religion for spirituality is capitalism. So that's their spirituality. Everything has a dollar sign in it, on it.
Yes.
So that's their religion. Holistic from an Afrocentric point of view, Afro sacred science point of view, is all of the above, but moderation, balance is the major requirement. It's like making a formula, and you have to put equal amount of medicine, herbs into the concoction. So the spirituality, the physical realization, the physicality, the holistic approach has to be tempered with ancestral. Our ancestors is a major. I'm not talking about George Washington, unless we say George Washington Carver. I'm not talking about Abraham Lincoln. I'm not talking about any of those other European culture. I'm specifically talking about the African culture, and we can study the European, but if you're going to study European in a holistic point of view, in my opinion, you study the Rockefellers, you study the Trumps, you study the Guggenheimers, you study the best of the crop. So holistic medicine is a combination of practical medicine, traditional medicine, conventional medicine, spiritual medicine, and from my point of view, Afrocentric, excuse me, putting the Godhead in place. I'll leave it at that.
Dr. Fowler, Dr. Williams.
Go ahead, Dr.
Holistic medicine, is about the whole being, the whole organism. Mm-hmm. It's about tapping into and enhancing what God gave us. God made us in his image. So he put within us everything that we need to survive and thrive. So it's simply about tapping into that. And, when we talk about healing, healing is something that is from the inside out, not the outside in. So it's not what you put in the body, it's what you bring out of the body.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Fowler?
Yes, sir. So holistic. God put in us what we need to heal. We just have to get out of the way. Nothing exists alone in your body. If something is going on somewhere in your body, the other parts of your body adapt to that. The question is it adapting properly? Pain is an adaptation, But as far as we're concerned, it's an improper adaptation. So when we talk about holistic, we're talking about the whole body. So if you, for example, have a headache, then we don't just look at the head. We got to find out what else is being affected by that. So holistic care, holistic medicine, the holistic idea is not compartmentalizing the body. It's looking at the body as a whole, because we are an entire system.
Gotcha.
All right. Y'all gonna learn tonight. We're gonna get ready to take a break. We're gonna get ready to jump on the radio, so we finna go into a couple of commercials. You're gonna hear a little music, Mr. Bay. But hold on, because when we come back, we gonna jump into this 10 toes down. We finna get it.
Sounds good to me.
All right, sir. So if you're watching us live, we finna go on break. We will be right back.
Are being abandoned, and more than 1 million are euthanized before they can be rescued. These animals need heroes too. Heroes to open up their hearts and homes and to give them the love they deserve. Be a hero to an animal in need. Consider becoming an American Humane Rescue Volunteer or adopt from your local shelter. Visit AmericanHumane.org to find out how you can be a hero and help our best friends in their worst times.
With the My Social Security account, you can request a replacement Social Security card, estimate your benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
You are tuned into WWE Lakeville, AM 1100.
The opinions expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
Thank you for tuning in to Talking Random-ish with King Insane and the lovely Starlight.
I see guys and girls dancing. I see guys and girls dancing.
Now as the record spins around, you recognize this sound, well it's the underground. You know that we're down with what you like. With what you like.
And though we're usually on a serious tip, check it out. Tonight we're gonna flip and trip and let it all hang out tonight. We're gonna say what we like.
Cause yo, we wanna know how many people in the flow will like to just let yourselves go and do what you like. Yeah, what's tonight's your night? Just eat food, try not to be crude or rude. Kill the attitude, chill the serious mood and do what you like. And do what you like. Everybody do what you like.
I see guys and girls dancing.
Yeah, do what you like.
I see guys and girls dancing.
Just do what you like.
I see guys and girls dancing.
Yo, go where you like.
I see guys and girls dancing.
I mean rich, poor, high, lower, upper, middle class. Let's all get together and have a few laughs and do what we like. And do what we like. And since you came here, you gotta show and prove and do that dance until it don't move. Do what you like. Sometimes I bite.
Now if you're hungry, get yourself something to eat. And if you're dirty, then go take a bath. Messed up the line? Nope, sometimes I don't rhyme. Help yourself to a cracker with a spread of cheddar cheese. Have a neck bone. You don't have to say please, eat what you like. Yo, smell how you like.
Everybody do what you like.
I see guys and girls dancing.
Do what you like.
Greetings, Atlanta, America, worldwide internet. Thank you for tuning in to WWE 1100 AM, The Real. You're on Shop Talking Randomish with King Insane and the lovely Starlight. I am Will Sane.
It's your boy Rick Kang. I am in the building. I am on the boards. I am behind the glass. I am. I shall be. I am.
The lovely Starlight is in the building.
What's up, people?
The super duper producer Greg is in the building. Greg, say what up?
Big Shug.
Yo.
Y'all know what this is. This ain't never some good old-fashioned barbershop style conversation. In this here barbershop, no conversation is taboo. We ain't got but one rule and one rule only. Will, what is that rule?
That rule is say what you mean what you say. Don't Yeah, God.
Don't
Don't be mean when you say it. Sound like telling people what they do.
If you would like to call in, the number is still
He be trying to talk about me.
404-603-8770. Or
If you're in your mammy baby, please let her know it's not one of them freaky deaky numbers. Every now and then we might touch some freaky deaky things, but probably not tonight. Tell her it's not one of them 99999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999 Don't get mad, Will.
You ain't going
Throwing him off.
Don't get mad, Will. Because I can do that.
He ain't taking over. We taking breaths between each other. I figured it out now.
Please let Mama know the call is on us. It's 1-888-926-7562. If you joined us at 8:30, you found us on Facebook Live or YouTube Live. That's TALK, comma up top.
Apostrophe.
And TALK, comma up top.
Apostrophe.
And that's Talking Random-ish on YouTube and Facebook Live. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts. You can also find us on Google Play Podcasts. You can also find us on Spotify. You can also find us on Audible Podcasts. And you can also find us on SoundCloud.
And other podcast aggregate apps, if you use Pocket Cast, Castrocast, Play.fm. If you have a podcast, some apps just pick it up.
Yes.
You don't even have to do anything.
Yes.
Wherever you find your podcast.
Find us.
Find Talking Random-ish. The shop is still open. We got family back in the building. What's good with your family? Who are y'all and why are y'all in my barber shop?
Well, you invited us. What you talking about?
Pretty much.
We are live for life, but we happy to be here.
And we also have a special guest. Please introduce him for me, Dr. Fowler.
Yes. Brother Baba Bay, master yoga, master of a lot of things, but a good brother.
Dr. Bay, Mr. Bay, are you with us?
I am.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing quite well, Brother King, and yourself?
Oh, my brother, I feel so much better just knowing that you finna help me with some of these aches and pains and some of these cricks I got. I feel almost like a new man. But before
I take any type of acknowledgement, I would like to first ask everyone to take a deep breath. And as you breathe out, just visualize yourself in your special place, your heaven, your nirvana, your sacred garden, whatever you want to call it. And as you find yourself in that domain, no negativity, no pain, no anything other than bliss exists, pure bliss.
Mr. Bay, how did you come to that?
Acknowledgement to the creator of your choice. However you acknowledge the creator, send some love to the creator.
Thank you,
and
God.
if you send that love to that creator, feel that creator sending that love to you expeditiously, twice as much as you give, feel yourself receiving.
Mr.
And
Bay.
with that being done, I'd like us now to come back to this reality, to the radio podcast, and let me greet all of you officially in one love, one breath. Greetings, family. How y'all all doing?
Doing well.
I think we are so much better being in your presence tonight. Thank you. Mr. Bay, how did you come to this? Quickly, how did you? I know you're from Harlem. You're from a time in Harlem when the Renaissance era?
Well, I was born before, well, I should say after. The Renaissance was around the 20s and the 30s. I was born in the 40s, so I was at the tail end of the Renaissance.
Okay. So you was around during the Great Depression, right after the Great Depression, in those times. So
yes, I'm a World War II baby, 40, 45, 44. So I'm a World War II baby.
Okay. So what brought you to yoga? And not only what brought you to yoga, who taught you? Because seeming to me that these things were probably held for the higher echelons of people.
You're right.
So how did it come to you?
You're 100% correct. I got into yoga because of a problem. I had my share and some. And I was looking for answers. I was seeking. And the age-old classical thing that most people find themselves saying, why me, Lord? Why me? So I went to the highways and the byways, into all different types of isms and schisms and different spirits, trying to find solutions. And wound up, thank God, through the prayers of my mother primarily and those who cared for me, wound up I was always very inclined theatrical, music-wise. And I took begged Mama, I was still a young fella, and I begged Mama to put me into this music class, singing class. Of course, these were white folk. And Mama didn't have the money to continue it, but she did give me one lesson. And that one lesson taught me about breathing from the diaphragm, how to breathe deep from within. And from that one lesson, like a ripple effect, other things took place. So fast forwarding that, with the Nation of Islam, they have what they call the FOI, the Fruit of Islam, and they teach you martial arts, how to defend and protect yourself. And when they lit up and all of the things took place, I found myself in the streets of Harlem looking for a replacement. And this one man by the name of Dwight Wilson, to answer your question, how did I get teachers? He was a pharmacist by trade, but during the evening, I guess doing his social work, he had a dojo, a martial arts facility. And I got involved in that. And it was pretty rough in there. I mean, it was, I got a little tired of getting knocked out all the time the way he fought. It was a lot of contact, and I had to condition myself. I had to strengthen myself. And I stayed with him for 5 years, not doing the martial arts per se, even though you had to do it or you couldn't be up in there. But I did the physical, which it turned out to be yoga. I strengthened my body. That was my first indication of dealing with the yoga, the breathing from the white lady who was teaching me to sing, that one class that I went to, and then him dealing with the physical aspects of what people would call katas and karate and jiu-jitsu and whatever names they would put on it. dealing with that aspect and then conditioning my body so that my body could be flexible enough, so that my body could be strong enough to not only execute, but to be able to absorb blows, because you're going to get hit. So you got to learn how to move through that that blow without it taking you out. So that was, I came in through the door of physical self-defense, and I realized that it was a little too much for me, even though I know I needed to do that. But I found the exercises more to my liking. And then I went around and I looked for different places. The Indians, they were very prejudiced. They want your money, but they didn't want to really deal with you. So that was pretty difficult. The Chinese, they want your money, but they didn't want to deal with you, but they want your money. So I had to go through all of that, paying, sticking, and it became more me being self-determined. So through myself, I would say I became my best student through myself.
Mr. Gosh, I'm so messed up right now. So my question is, tell us some of the benefits of actually practicing yoga.
Well, there's so many. Focus and confidence, clarity of mind, regulating your breathing, retarding your age process, not bragging or complaining. I'm 76 years old. I'll be 77 in July. And I move and I look and I act probably like I'm 50. Dr. Fowler, I'm glad to have him, which I believe Monday will be my third treatment. I've had 2 treatments from him. And he could probably, from a medical point of view, tell you what he sees and the benefits, because, of course, I have health issues, but I also have some pluses. So I like to turn it over to Dr. Flower and have him, with my permission, tell the audience what condition do you see my body in.
Dr. Fowler.
Okay.
Compared to other 76-year-olds who don't use yoga.
Compared to some young folks.
So, as Brother Baba was saying, he does have some ailments going on. But however, at 76, this brother can move. I mean, he is not in a wheelchair. He's not carrying around a cane, other than maybe hit somebody with. But in spite of living, because as we all age, things happen anyway. But by him being in the state that he's in, it has allowed his body, as he eloquently put it earlier, retard the aging process. So it's like he is slowing the aging process down. And by him coming to us, we're able to make sure that his nervous system, the central nervous system, which runs the entire body, is free and clear of interferences, so that we can help him to retard the ailments that he's in, and 2, help him to continue to move, not only at 76, 77, 87, 97, 100, and yeah. So it definitely.
Yeah, let me just add to that. This is Dr. Williams. You know, given some of the ailments that Brother Baba has, because of his conditioning and the way that he has taken care of himself over these past years, you know, he is able to carry these conditions better than anyone else in his age group would be able to. So when we say he's not in a wheelchair, he's not on a cane, anyone else dealing with these issues very much would be.
Oh, okay.
So I think that says a lot.
Now I've tried yoga. I've actually tried, but I have not actually been to a yoga class. I had the tape.
Oh,
all right, so I pop in the tape and I do it from the tape. My problem is that I can't get out of my head because I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if I'm breathing right. If this is actually breathing from my diaphragm when they say breathe from your diaphragm. So, gosh, man, I mess up names. I don't want to butcher your name, Brother Baba. I want to call you Bobby. No, I'm sorry, Brother Baba. But my question is, how do I get out of my head and when I'm actually trying to do yoga alone?
Well, you probably need to take at least 1 or 2 classes with me in order to get you on your own. I advocate self-development, self-mastery. I advocate that. So I hear you loud and clear if you feel that you would like to, train yourself. Take 1 or 2 classes from me. Get one of my DVDs, which is very reasonable price, and then continue on your own using the DVD.
Well, Mr. Baba.
Also, have Dr. Fowler and Dr. Williams assess you. If I could have had them earlier in my life, I probably would have been that much better because the 2 classes the 2 treatments that I've had from them automatically let me know that you need to have that medical, that adjustment, that whole nervous system. That whole nervous system is so important to whatever you do. That whole nervous up the spine, all into the tailbone, and all throughout the toes, and everything is required. So it's a different paradigm of taking yoga, adding a chiropractor to your early training. Yes, if the chiropractor come in the middle or in the end, it's going to be a benefit. But if you can get that chiropractor to come in at the beginning, you're just that much more better. That's my statement, and I'm sticking to it.
I take advice from professionals.
Mr. Baba, tell our listeners where we can find you, where they can come take your classes, and where they can find your DVDs.
At the Oasis, 1800 Jonesboro Road, Atlanta. What's that? 30315.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Atlanta, Georgia. Iwi Fresh Oasis, a very wonderful place that came along probably simultaneously with COVID-19. As the COVID came to cause us panic and fear, the Erie Oasis came along to give us spirituality, holistic, and let us know use faith in place of fear. And faith without work is 0. So you can't have faith without putting some work to it. So you can find me in the same place that you find Dr. Fowler and Dr. Williams, Alignment for Life. We're in the same building. And it's a one-stop shop. So again, that's 1800 Lakewood Road, Atlanta, Georgia, 30315.
All right, thank you. Dr. Fowler, Dr. Williams, allergy season.
Yes.
Noses are snotty. I got in my throat.
Right.
Eyes burning.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As
help.
As we've been preaching and as we've alluded to tonight, the nervous system is the foundation for all other systems in the body.
Right.
One of those systems being your immune system. And the immune system is the system that helps to ward off a lot of these ailments, including allergies. So when we're dealing with, of course, it's springtime, so we're dealing with a lot of seasonal allergies right now, one in particular being pollen. And I'll just give my personal testimony. I suffered horribly with pollen allergies as a kid, asthma. I had the inhaler, the albuterol, and all of that. But as an adult, once I found chiropractic, or as I like to say, chiropractic found me, I've not had to utilize any medication whatsoever for my allergies. And that is because, once I got under regular chiropractic care, that was not only tuning my body and my spine, but it was strengthening my nervous system and allow my nervous system to function optimally. So that is why we always preach and teach to our patients. It's not just about, cracking the backs, as folks like to say, or aligning the spine, but it's about aligning that nervous system so that your body can fight and ward off anything that comes its way, whether it's seasonal allergies, whether it's COVID-19, no matter what it is.
And clearing the system, I mean, that is important. And so how we clear the system, we take what God has given us, and that's moved the bone that's wrapped around the nervous system, which Doc was just alluding to. So it's sinuses specifically. A lot of people don't realize that the sinus area can be adjusted, all right? It's no different from any other joint in the body. We are a moving, flowing system, all right? And so if it is aligned properly, then the systems work like they're supposed to. So when your sinuses are misaligned, all right, that allows for the mucus and other things to stay up in the sinus area, aggravating, irritating, causing red eye, causing, as Brother Rick alluded to with the snotty nose and all that stuff. It allows that stuff to stay up in there. But if it's aligned properly, the mucus is able to flow out of that area into the lymphatic system, into where it's supposed to be going and out of the body. And so that's how, yes, we do it.
You just informed me on where my snot's supposed to go. I thought it was supposed to come out. It's supposed to go somewhere inside. It's supposed to go inside my system somewhere. So when I'm sucking it back up, I'm actually trying to send it to where it's supposed to be going. I'm shooting it out, thinking it's supposed to be out.
Some of it is good.
Yeah, right. If it's coming, let it come on out. But yeah. But that is again one of many things that we're able to help people with. Yeah.
Dr. Fowler. Oh, go ahead.
Also, speaking with allergies, I know, like, especially within this last generation, like, the amount of food allergies is crazy. So I know y'all do also a nutritional piece.
Good question.
So how does I guess, is there like a set thing that you tell people for, or do you all even do the actual like allergy tests like doctors do, so people can find out if they're because a lot of people might not know, like, oh, okay, I think I got regular allergies, but they might not know if you just cut out one type of food, then you'll be good.
Right. So to answer your question about the test, so we don't necessarily do the test in our office. Okay. But one good thing that we've been blessed with is a network of other practitioners that we trust, that we trust to have our people go to, that, if you need that test or we feel like you need a test, we know who to send you to. Now, as far as the food and nutrition, this food that we eat in this society right now, today, different parts of it can definitely trigger allergies. Okay, it can certain things like dairy can cause mucus.
You were just having, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I wanted to kind of follow up on that mucus piece, but go ahead.
Does almond milk fall into dairy?
Almond milk is dairy free.
It's dairy free.
How about cheese?
But it falls
Does
under nut
cheese
allergies.
fall?
Cheese definitely.
Let's break dairy down.
Dairy is cow
butter.
Anything derived from a cow. So it's
right.
cheese, it's yogurt, it's milk.
All the
it's
cheese?
Ice cream.
No,
ice
not all-
cream,
not- not all
anything.
cheese.
Swiss cheese?
If it comes from a cow,
if it's from goat milk or nut milk, you're okay, unless you have a nut allergy.
like almond.
Yeah, you gotta say nut milk.
Like almond.
You gotta specify.
I'm sorry, listeners.
Almond.
We have middle school boys here.
Because I could cut out dairy if it wasn't for cheese.
I cannot.
No. So here's the thing. Just like brother was asking about the almond milk, which is an alternative milk, right? It's a plant-based
Yeah, I do
milk.
almond milk.
It's plant-based. So you can find plant-based cheese.
Yep.
You do not have to have dairy.
I'm worried about plant-based cheese and all that other stuff.
Because the
I'm
taste.
thinking- well, not the taste. I'm thinking about the chemicals that you have to make to formulate that instead of just with milk. With cheese is just what? Milk and
curd.
Cream. Milk and something else.
What milk? What milk you talking about?
Like for cheese,
the
it's
cow's
just,
milk you talking about?
Yeah, for milk is just probably just.
Okay, so let me say this.
For cheese, it's probably just milk.
Let me say this, and I'm gonna let Doc jump in on this. So, the milk that you see
It's not the milk
in the store,
that's not from the cow.
is not even in the same form that it came out of the cow. So if you take that gallon of milk back to the farm and just let it sit there, and let's just see if the calf will drink it. 9 out of 10, they will not, because it is not the same form as it came out of the cow. Okay. So you're ingesting, and see, a lot of stuff is done to the milk.
Yeah,
it's
the pasteurization.
Well, a lot of stuff is done to the cow.
To the cow. Yeah, let's start there.
You know, so to your point, you know, what's in that plant-based cheese? What's in that dairy-based cheese?
What's in that actually?
Because what goes in is what comes out. So when you're talking about things like bovine growth hormone and things like that, things that are injected into the cow to fatten the cow up and to make them produce and lactate more and make them produce more milk, that is what ends up in your body.
Yeah. And if you got natural grazing cows, if they're put through trauma, now you're getting their trauma inside their stuff, and then it's going through the process, and so yeah.
So now you're talking about energy, spirit, and energy. The trauma, you're talking about energy. See, energy is neither created or destroyed. It is just simply transformed.
Yep.
So if there's some negative energy in the making or the process of something, that energy is stored, let's just say, in wherever it is, and it can be transferred to you. And so, so
I'm angry to eat my cereal.
There you go.
God dang on trauma to that cow had.
But before we go to the next topic, I just want to follow back up on what Starlight asked about earlier as far as food allergies. And one thing, you know, we want the audience to know, there is a difference between allergies and sensitivities. Okay. So if you're sensitive to something, say for instance, someone may have a sensitivity to eggs, for instance. They're not necessarily full on allergic, but there may be a sensitivity there. So, you know, when we're investigating, you know, if someone has, you know, either allergies or sensitivities, we want to get down to the root cause of what may have brought them on. So that we can rectify and correct those. Because the thing about sensitivities is sensitivities can be reversed. Even in many cases, allergies can be reversed. Say, for instance, we were talking about like the nut allergies. Many. The peanut allergy.
Thank
we say
you.
peanut.
Hey,
we say the peanut allergy.
Say the name of the actual nut, people.
Legumes.
Thank you.
From the ground.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
When we're talking about that, you know, many people don't realize that many kids actually can grow out of those.
Yep.
And when we're talking
about how, because I have a kid that's
because it happens naturally through natural immunity.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. If again, when we're talking about equipping the body with everything it needs to survive and thrive, from immunity standpoint, if you give a child everything they need from immunity, if it's a breastfed baby or a baby that's properly nourished, a baby that's been introduced to chiropractic care at an early age. Those babies are able to develop the necessary immunity to grow beyond those allergies. Mm-hmm. When we're talking about the peanut allergy,
thank you.
And you alluded to, Starlight, that a lot of them have become more common. Part of that is because years ago it was recommended by pediatricians to not feed babies any peanuts or any type of legume-based products until after the age of 2.
Yeah.
So what did that create? That created a sensitivity, which then led to allergy because the baby was not exposed to it at an early age. Right? So then you had all of these, and then it just compounded. It wasn't just peanuts. Right. It's other things, right?
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden you have this large swath of a young population
they don't like no
dealing
nuts.
with these.
They don't like no nuts at all.
Right. So then now the recommendation is, introduce as early as 6 months. Well, that was the recommendation before we were told to wait until after age 2. You see what I'm saying? So those are the kinds of things that we have to deal with as a society. But, when it comes down to any type of sensitivity or allergy, long story short, it's best to introduce the baby as early as possible so that they don't develop allergies and sensitivities later on in life.
And we need to remember, too, if you don't know, 70 to 80% of your immune system lies in your digestive tract. So, as Doc was just saying, if you are omitting certain things from the baby, let's just say, it's not going into the system for the system to build up its force, its army, its military, all right? And if 70 to 80% of the immune system lies in the digestive tract, when you finally introduce something like that, then it just throws everything off whack. But this is now we're talking about babies, but this is also true for adults.
Yeah, because I was thinking about when you stop eating like a certain type of product for a while, like you stop eating meat, and then once you eat meat again, it's like it throws your body all off whack because now it's been reintroduced after a time period.
Well, yes, and yes. Also, it's the type of meat, the processing and all that as well. It's not just the meat alone, but it could be the way that you are introducing it to your body. A lot of people tend to have an issue with plant-based or, all that. But it is what they don't realize a lot of times when they try to season the meat, right? They're using plants to season the meat. Onions, that's plant.
Yeah.
Bell peppers, plant.
Yeah.
And so you say you don't like plant-based, but however, that meat that you're eating, 9 times out of 10, was seasoned by a plant.
Well, the thing I don't like about plant-based is that I got a patty that's supposed to taste like beef now. But it's not beef in it. It's just beans and rice. And you're telling me that this is a beef-tasting patty. Or this is supposed to taste like a hot dog.
Right.
And it's shaped like a hot dog, but it ain't got no hot dog in it. And that's actually
a good thing if it doesn't have
you want some hot dog in it.
hot dog in it. Hot dog in it.
Hot dog.
Don't be trying to serve me that at no barbecue. Just give me the baked beans. If you don't want me to eat baked beans, make them look like baked beans. Don't try to make them look like a hot dog.
Now, what I agree with you is that, that's marketing.
Yeah.
All right. That's all that is. That's marketing. And then so what they're trying to do is to get people who are carnivores, meat, to
At least become
introduce
omnivore.
them to omnivores to some plants and stuff. And so it is you deprogramming yourself basically. This is like people who say, "Oh, I can't drink almond milk, or I can't drink this and that." That's because you're so used to this cow's milk.
Yeah,
because
the taste and
there you go.
Yes, it's really
and so
taste.
you have to
I do not miss that taste at all.
And that's what it is.
But a lot of times, you probably had it and didn't even know what you were drinking.
Yeah. What do you mean, almond milk?
Yeah.
When I was
Yeah.
going
Or yeah, you know, because a lot of times, unless psychologically, unless you identify, you're told what it is. A lot of times,
you're right.
You don't even know.
Yeah,
you don't even recognize
if you
it.
get stuff from Starbucks when they run out of the real milk. Stuff in there.
Probably even before they run.
Let me ask y'all a question. A controversial type of question.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all talk about God.
Yeah.
God gave us the natural ability to do these things.
Yep.
A lot of people will look at you two doctors for a line for life, Mr. Baba, as doing some type of devil's work.
Okay.
What do y'all say to that? All three of y'all, please answer.
Well, I would say the only thing devilish about it is someone or something out there that does not want the truth to come out.
Right.
But Doc, I'll let you.
Well, and I mean, you look at where we are right now as a society in the world and all that. Before we were stolen, brought over here, we were more in tune with the earth, with the natural, with the whole.
We saw God in everything.
Yes, and so a lot of it is we have been strategically misinformed about how we should heal ourselves and all that, and how we should be. We are so, and when I say we, I'm just talking about in general. We are so used to popping pills, you know, so used to taking shots. What kind of shots you talking about? I'm not talking about no jump shot. So we are so used to doing all this synthetic stuff, and we don't even, a lot of us don't even realize vaccines, for example. Vaccine was throughout history, our history. First of all, it was come about by people that look like us. All right, and so vaccines have been a healthy thing throughout history up until it was, as Brother Baba mentioned, about the capitalization. See, we live in a capitalistic society.
We do.
And so that means that whatever the product is, somebody wants it to sit on the shelf for as long as it can until it's sold. The issue with, any vaccine, any medicine, all that kind of stuff, it's the stuff that they use to make it sit on the shelf for a long time.
To make it
to preserve it.
To preserve it. A lot of the stuff that they use to preserve these different medicines, we would not take individually at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
None of us in here would take a cup of mercury and drink it.
Yeah.
None of us in here would take a cup of formaldehyde and drink it. But yet, that is often used in different medicines and all that to preserve it. And there's many other things. I just
but it's amazing that the FDA and all these quote unquote government institutions who are supposed to be quote unquote looking out for the people are actually authorizing that. Like, I understand that you want to make money, but the health of the person should override the money, and it should override, hey, just make another damn pill.
There's no money in a healthy society.
That's not America. Mr. Baba.
Yes.
Please, because what you do in the three different
fields of practice,
disciplines that you have excelled in, did you have any pushback with people about the spirituality of it?
Of course, but let me recommend, I don't really want people, your audience, to take my word, although my word is definitely bonded, and I take responsibility for what I say, but I would like your audience and you all, if you're not familiar, you should be familiar with a man by the name of Napoleon Hill. And Napoleon Hill wrote the classical book, Think and Grow Rich. And most people, if they're entrepreneurs, they know that that's almost the entrepreneur's Bible, Think and Grow Rich. The book that most people don't know by Napoleon Hill, and this is what I want y'all to write down if you don't already have this information, is called Outwitting the Devil.
Nice title.
Yeah,
Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Now, you talking about a mind blower. That book was banned for 77 years. It just was released anew probably around 2000. But it was banned ever since 1937. He wrote the book before he wrote Think and Grow Rich. I would like to have another probably meeting with you all in about a month or two from now after you read that book.
We're definitely already talked about having you back on.
We were going to ask you to come back whether we read a book or not, because the history and
that would be something that I would like to give you some. Even though it was written back there in that time, you would think that it was written last year.
Will, do you have the information?
That's how insightful he was. But to answer your question about whether or not people have looked at the yoga as a form of religion, and that I run up against a lot of
got a sharp mind, too. You remember.
hard heads, the answer to your question is yes, I did, and probably still am in this day and time. But this is what I usually tell the folks. If you're stranded on the highway, it's 3 p.m. at night, and a person comes to your rescue, are you going to be concerned with them if they teach yoga or they wearing a turban, or are you going to be thankful that they came to your aid and got your car off the road and got you to safety? And the answer, more than likely, if the person has any kind of concern for their life, is that they're going to be thankful that somebody came to their aid. Well, the yoga has proven, because now it is in the hospitals, it's in corporate America, it's in the school system, and it's even in churches where they are doing the yoga. So it's a synergy of energy. You just can't pray yourself. You can't just eat. And you know the yoga were the first people that talked about plant-based diet before there was even a term called plant-based diet. I've been vegetarian for probably 30 plus more years. But I call myself a barbitarian. I listen to my body. And my body tells me what it wants. And I listen to it. And I make sure that I educate my body so that, there's just certain things I train my body not to crave for. I don't do the fast food. I don't eat a lot of the stuff that at once upon a time I used to eat. So it's the discipline with love. I don't force myself. I'm not hard on myself. I speak to myself like I would speak to my child. And I tell my body, look, this is not good for you. Do you want to learn the hard way, or do you want to learn? So that's why the soul has to become conscious so that the soul can talk to the body and the mind. Because the mind don't want a mind.
Mind don't want to mind.
Look, I'm like a 2-year-old. I'm full of mercury. I'm full of, my whatever kind of nuts you're talking about. So the mind don't want a mind.
You better coin that phrase.
Right. A joke on the body. The body bumps its toes, and body gets sick. The mind cracks up. I mean, it's almost like a wayward mind.
Yeah.
And you have to educate your body and your mind. And the one that can do that education is the soul. I'm not talking about the Caucasian, the European interpretation. Because if you use that as your rule of thumb, then you're going to be going around and around in a circle. You got to start at least thinking about Afrocentric. As Dr. Fowler say, what did my ancestors do to have them have not one dynasty, but 25 dynasties before slavery? What did they do to have a king on the throne at 12 years old? What kind of education, what kind of lifestyle did they do? And once you start asking those questions and going into that research, then you'll find out that they had Imhotep was not Hippocrates, not the Hippocrates confession or the Hippocrates oath, but Imhotep is the father of medicine. And you need to do that because the Chinaman is not going to teach you that. The Jewish man is not going to teach you that. The European, you got to teach yourself. You got to have that kind of information, or find somebody like me and let me put you on the right road, so you can become a road scholar within yourself.
Do you have a phone number you want to put out there for everybody to reach you?
Sure, why not? 770-771-3347.
Say that one more. Say that one more time, there, Brother Baba.
770-771-3347.
And between what hours now? Because some people call you all times of night. They think you're 24/7.
I control this phone. If they call me, it's real simple with me.
That sounds like the mind behaving.
I pay the bill.
That's right.
Yeah, they can call me whenever. They might catch me because I'm an early riser. I have a stupid that comes to me at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Hold on, time out. I apologize. Time out. I hate to cut you off, but I have to here. How old are you again?
I'm 76.
You're 76, and you get up at what time in the morning for a student?
5. Well, I got to be up at 4 to get ready for it.
I feel terrible right now. You're making me feel bad about my life. I'm 45, and I can't get off the couch before 9 o'clock. Just can't do it.
Well, one of the reasons you can't do it because you program yourself.
Yes. I got to call you, Brother Baba.
Brother Baba, please.
I need you in my life.
We're going to get ready to sign off. Please tell them because I need to find your DVDs. I need to find you. I need to get to you. I need those 2 sessions.
I need sessions.
Where can we get these sessions at?
770-771-3347. One of the things I'm putting into my requirements with those 2 sessions, you got to go and speak with Dr. Fowler and Dr. Williams.
I already got y'all. Yep, I got to speak to
y'all. I want to save you some time.
That's good.
rather than you going through all of the years that I had to go through. I want you to take this journey with them as your co-pilot.
Right on. Well, Dr. Fowler, Dr. Williams.
Yes.
I love it.
I mean, he said it right. We are co-pilots because God is the pilot. He's the one that guides us. He is the one that has blessed us with the abilities, the skills, the knowledge, and the ability to retain the knowledge to help his people. And so we definitely are honored that Brother Baba Bay is speaking about us in the way that he does, and allowing and wanting his people to come to us as well. And we definitely thank him for that. And again, we are Aligned for Life. Doc, I'll let you talk.
Oh, yeah. So, again, we thank you, Brother Baba, for putting that into proper perspective. You know, Brother Baba is a master in his own right. So I think it speaks volumes when, in just 2 treatments, he's realized, over his decades of practicing this craft, he's realized in just 2 visits the power that chiropractic has over his life and his craft. But again, we are Aligned for Life. We're located at 1800 Jonesboro Road, Atlanta, Georgia, 30315. We are located within the Iwi Fresh Farm Oasis. So you will be able to find us as well as Brother Baba Bay there. Our phone number is 404-383-1110. You can find us on the World Wide Web at www.yourfinespine.com.
And that is yourfinespine.com. Yourfinespine.com. And as we always say, if you want to be fine, take care of your spine.
Dr. Baba, give us something to get up out of here on.
Well, before we leave, I'd just like you to take that breath in, go back to your ideal place of relaxation, your tabernacle, your spiritual oasis, and give thanks to the Creator for allowing you to be at His cup of water, allowing you to drink from His storehouse of information. Because it's a poor day when you can't learn something new.
Thank you.
We've learned something new today. All praise is due to Almighty God.
Amen. Amen. Will, before we get up out of here, do you have something you need to say?
Oh, yes. I want to say real quick that I might not be here next week. And the reason I will not be here next week is because at Peachtree Ridge, people, if you're in the Gwinnett area, Suwanee area, Peachtree Ridge, please come out Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon. Make sure you show up for one of these shows. My daughter is performing her last and final year at Peachtree Ridge High School in the dance performance. She played. They did The Lion King. She was the little monkey. And she wasn't the monkey just because she was the black girl.
Yeah, right.
So
Raffiki's got a good part.
She had a good Rafiki part. It was a great Rafiki part.
Character.
She played in Beauty and the Beast. She played the Rose, the little Rose thing. It was beautiful. And she played the bearded lady last year in the Greatest Show on Earth.
Wow.
Oh man! Every time I hear that song. Me being me or whatever it is, I want to cry. But this year, she is playing Snow White. Yes, she is the lead playing Snow White, and it's not a predominantly black school, so I have to put that out there. So, yes. So hey, please come out to Peachtree Ridge next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're gonna post the times. We're gonna post the location to get the tickets. Please come out, show support. Trust me, you will love it. And I'm not saying it just because she's my daughter. I'm saying it because I've seen how much she's worked, and I've also seen how people have come up to her after the shows and congratulated her and thanked her and asked to take pictures with her. And it was a proud day.
Starlight, you got anything?
My teachers. Hang in there. 3 more weeks.
Yeah,
3
y'all
more
got
Mondays. This. 3 more Mondays. We got it.
Oh, 3 more.
G, you got anything?
I'm gonna be a substitute teacher. I'm working on.
If y'all are up tomorrow morning, tune the 3-point conversion right here on Real 1100.
And I might be sitting in the corner.
Are you gonna talk about?
I might be sitting in the corner.
You're talking about
Yeah,
the
we're
draft?
talking about the draft.
I might be sitting in the corner.
And Rick might be here.
Shooting threes. My brothers, thank y'all.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Mr. Baba, thank you. And I promise you, I will be in touch with you very soon, and it's because you will be back.
Yes.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Y'all know what time it is. It's about that time to sweep the flows, clean the clippers. We didn't clean the bathroom last week. Will, since your mind is so bad.
Nah. She is. There's somebody over there in the corner right now.
Oh, okay. This beautiful young lady sitting beside me.
She ain't even paying attention.
The bathroom is yours. The shop is closed.
Get out.
Special.
It's Starlight. We're talking randomly.